Hi everyone, it's Jennifer Nassi with Learning Leaf LLC, and welcome to video 25 of my 30 videos in 30 days series. Now, we have been talking these last few days about the concept of getting slow, about creating space in our life, not just around food, but with how our day runs. And I said one of the things we were going to talk about is breathing. Breathing is really important. Our lungs is another way that we clear toxins out of our body. They act as a filter for our body. And often we just don't even give a second thought to it. And with the pace of life we live, we tend to live up in here. We tend to take rapid breaths, very shallow breaths, and we'll actually hold our breath quite often. I catch myself doing that when I'm feeling very agitated, very flustered, or I'm really trying to concentrate on something. And so we're not really taking in the full amount that we can. And we want to be doing that to help clear things out of our system and to really oxidize our cells and really give us that extra boost that we're looking for as well. So sometimes when we think of breathing exercises, we think it has to be complicated, some complex routine we have to follow. And I want to say that it doesn't have to be that way at all. In fact, what I would start with is just pausing and taking 5 deep breaths and doing this throughout the day. So a few times during the day, and also during those times when you're starting to feel that agitation come in or tensing up, that is a great time to pause and take those breaths. So what I like to do is I like to be seated with my feet on the floor. It helps me feel grounded and centered. I want to be in that space when I'm focusing on my breathing. And I take 5 big breaths. And one of the things we tend to do is we focus on the inhale and not so much on the exhale. And I actually do the opposite. And I'm going to teach you this tip right now. Is that I'm going to focus more on the exhale. I'm going to push myself to where I can't exhale anymore, or at least I think I can't. And then I'm going to go a step further and really push, because what that does is it then triggers an automatic response for us to take in as much air as we can. It really opens us up. So I will demonstrate that for you now. You can do it along with me. I also like to do an audible sigh, an audible exhale. You can make that as loud as you want to, and I will demonstrate it both ways, kind of a quieter exhale and then also a much more audible, which frankly is great for relieving stress. So make this fit for you, but here's a demo so that you can take a look and give it a try along with me and see how it feels. So here we go. 5 deep breaths. I'm nice and seated. My feet are grounded. I'm feeling centered. And here comes breath number 1. And there were our 5 breaths. Wow, I just feel like I'm in a very different space. I feel very grounded, very centered, very present in the moment. And I will tell you, if this is something you are not used to doing, even with only 5 breaths like that, it is possible to feel a little lightheaded. That's completely normal. So if that happens, just sit, let it pass, because it will. And know that the more you add this in as a regular part of your practice, that feeling will pass altogether. But I can just feel how much more open I am. And through that demonstration, you probably heard those first 3 breaths were a bit more quiet, but I'm guessing you noticed that pause where my body thought it was done exhaling, and then I pushed it that little bit further. And that's what really triggered that automatic reflex to take in much more than I would have otherwise. And then those last 2 breaths, I'm sure you heard me vocalize a lot more. And again, you can do this however it suits you. So get on it. Find some time during the day where you can work this in, even if you have to start with once a day, but really doing it a few times throughout the day, maybe when you first get up. And mid-afternoon when you're feeling that slump, maybe even mid-morning, and then before bed, and any time when you're just starting to feel that those nerves getting all pent up, add it in there. It takes a minute tops Probably not even 30 seconds. But believe me, it makes a big difference. You will feel very differently when you do. So, until tomorrow, take care. I know you've been incorporating lots of things over the last few days, and I would love to hear from you, find out what you're experimenting with and what you're experiencing. So you can email me at jennifer@learningleaf.com. Feel free to learn more about what I do at learningleafcoaching.com, and I look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow.